Hey family, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, my name is Tina, also known as Chef Tina, and this will be our part 2 of our Winnie the Pooh themed baby shower. So if you have not seen part 1 yet, go back and watch it so this video makes more sense. But in today's video, family, I will kind of guide you guys through all the things that I do to help myself be proactive when I'm setting up for a catering event. So a lot of these tips or advice would be a lot of mistakes that I have made throughout every different event, because I make a mistake every one of them. So I've been learning from them. So this would be all the things that I have now put into practice or put into like my preparation routine, just to make sure this mistake doesn't happen again twice. So stick along with me. So family, so right now we're in my garage and we're gonna rummage through all the stuff that I have as I get more set up. So this is my way of being a little bit more proactive, just preparing myself up to cater, as I need to pull some stuff out, because like I said, I have some stuff here already in storage. What I showed you in the last video was just all the equipment that came in. So what helps to set up is all right here, neatly organized. So my biggest flaw, my biggest takeaway that I have been experiencing that will cost me and it will bite me in the butt in the end, is I have a very tedious thing of forgetting things at home. So I want to kind of nip that in the butt right now, as I'm still growing my business, opposed to like when I get big and I have this bad behavior that needs to be unlearned. So I'm doing what I need to do now to make sure this doesn't happen again. Because I felt like, although it's small now, I do see it as it's going to be a big problem later. So yeah, I've been having this bad habit of leaving like one or two key, like very important key pieces to complete my catering. Although it's small and although like I've able to work around it or find alternatives, but in that very moment, just even the thought of letting the client know, oh, I forgot it, or I bought it but I left it at home, or we managed to leave it behind when we was packing, doesn't really look good. So we're gonna nip that in the butt today. So everything that I am doing today is kind of just taking my preventative measures from that happening. Like, of course stuff is gonna happen, of course, we're gonna have to prepare if things don't go our way, but this is not one of the things I want it to be carried with my business in the near future of, she's a great chef or she's a great caterer, but she leaves stuff at home, or we pay X amount of money and you're forgetting stuff. So that's not something we want to attach to our business. So we're gonna nip that in the butt today. So this one is my very, very biggest flaw that I have right now that I'm trying to fix, make sure it doesn't happen now or in the future. So this is the first thing that I will be honest about. It's probably cost me one good catering event that I feel like I know that I lost, but I don't know, we'll have to see. But yeah, we're gonna fix it now. So another thing that I do to put things in perspective, or just to be more proactive when I do catering, is I have a notebook. And I have a notebook of keeping track of every piece of equipment that comes out of my house. And granted, I could probably do this on my iPad and kind of keep track of it digitally, but I don't know, for some reason, I kind of want to know. I do know the reason. The reason is I've gotten so used to Siri spelling things out for me, or like just talking, I forgot how to spell certain words. So in order for me not to lose that, because I've become brain dead to the fact that I'm always using like an electronic to fill in the blank or correct my spelling, I write it down in my notebook. That is my number one reason why I still practice writing things down, just to kind of keep old skills fresh, if you're gonna say. But like I was saying, so all of these equipment, if I pull, well, if it's one or two or three, I could show you like an example of how I wrote it. So I would wrote it down the date when it comes out of my house, and I write down all the stuff from like 1 to 10 of what it is and the quantity number. And I'll do like a side spot of like, this is what came out. And then when I'm packing my garage back up after the event is done, I go back to the same spot and I write in. So this one was the catering that I had in August, in August. So this is how I keep track of every piece of equipment that I bought that comes out of the garage. And then I also do like a spot for like kitchen supplies. So even when I do kitchen supplies, it has like all the kitchen equipment that came out of my house. And I just do check marks to check it off to know that it came back. So that's also something that helps me keep track of what comes in, what comes out, because you know sometimes you want to hurry up and break down, you're tired, you're ready to go. So yeah, this is what I've been doing to help me keep track of equipment that either I just bought, took it out of my house, or that came out of this garage, to kind of like to avoid having to, now I need to call up this person to see if they have it or if it was left behind or whatever the case may be. And yeah, so I've kind of worked on that, so to speak. So that's my number 2 way of kind of being proactive and more efficient when I do caterings. So that is exactly what we're going to do today. I'm going to see what it is that I need to pull out to kind of help me with my setup and everything that I got going on. So I need to get my pen so I can start writing, but I don't have a pen, so I'm not fully prepared. But that's between me and you. So once I get a pen, I'll start rummaging through inventory and kind of like writing stuff down. I did kind of pull some stuff already and it's in my wagon. So I'm going to write those down first, but I need to go get my pen. I already started rummaging through, well, not rummaging, but I already started writing some stuff down off the top of my head, as you can see here, of all the stuff that I will be pulling, that I know for sure that I will be pulling to, I'm trying to think and talk at the same time. But yeah, I wrote down all the stuff off the top of my head of all the stuff that I know for a fact that I am pulling before I even rummage through the garage. So that's also is going to be, you know, this is very, very important. I'm distracted. I cannot multitask. I'm horrible at multitasking depending on the task. But to talk and think, it's kind of not my specialty. But we're going to still rummage through everything, because even then, I feel like some of the stuff that's in here I don't need, but don't really know what I don't need if I don't really fully look. So I think I just don't want to go through all these bins as well right now. I'm feeling a little lazy, but we can't be lazy right now. But I'm going to go through all of them to see. And the ones that I know that are in boxes that I need, I'm just going to go ahead and put them in my car now and probably check the out box so that I know it's in my car. I think that's how we're going to do it. So as I'm pulling stuff out that's going to my car, I'm going to check it off as it came out, because I'm going to start packing my car from today. So yeah, we're not forgetting nothing today. Yeah, so I'm gonna get started on doing that, actually. So the first thing that I'm gonna put in my car is my drink dispensers. There's 3 of them. Oh, I'm gonna show you guys that really quick. I have this drink dispenser, and I like this one very, very much due to the fact that this little piece in the middle here, that's where you put the ice in. So I was very big on, I didn't want a drink dispenser where you have to put ice in it, due to the fact that, like, I don't want the drink to get watered down, because then that's a lot of drink to waste, or, you know, not a great taste if it's watered down. So this is what the drink dispensers looks like. So there's gonna be 3 of these. This is the extra one that I had to buy because they come in a pair. So there was only 2, so I had to buy another set. So I love these for the simple fact of I could put water in here, freeze it, once it melt, take it out, dump it out, put more ice, and the beverage stay cold without being watered down. So this will be going in the car today. So it came in a simple, pretty easy box. So we're just gonna pack the box up in the car. Family, so in this bin, it's pretty empty. So I'm gonna use this bin as my like loose item stuff. So the only thing that was in here was the 2 grills, portable grills that I have, and the food risers. So as you can see in this bin, if I tilt it, these are the food risers that I have with the tea light candles and party sparkler. So I'm actually going to use this bin and take this out because I don't think I'll need any of these. These, maybe. I might use them for a cake, but I don't know. So these are the food risers, you know, the little stackable ones. We're going to put all of the loose items in here. So that way it makes it easier to put in my car. But remember, like I said, as we pack, we write it down in our notebook. We write it down in our notebook so that way we know what's coming out and what needs to come back in. So we have the food risers. I'm gonna put a check into it because this is probably what I'm gonna pack and put in my car tonight. So this is gonna be all the loose stuff that's gonna go in my car, and everything else will be put in my car tomorrow, as I still have like a little tedious stuff to do before. So I got this. It's supposed to be like a wood basket. It's a 3-piece set, and I thought this was going to be bigger. A bread basket. When I initially bought this, I wanted a bread basket, but I wanted those like big baskets that like put this style. But this is the biggest, and then there's 2 more, and it goes smaller from here. But I'm also bringing this with me because we're doing the mini mayonnaise and mustard packets. So mayonnaise would be in one, mustard would be in the other. So this is coming with, but the other 2 is in my house. So I gotta remember to go. Actually, I will be right back. I will go grab the other 2 that are in my house so I can make sure they're in there because we're not gonna do it later. I went and got it. These are the other 2. Just to show you proof. I got it. So they're 3 different sizes. So we're gonna, don't know how many packets I need, but they will be findable when you get there. They will be stored in here. So we're gonna go ahead and pack that in the crate. This is the cake stand. We're gonna pack that in there. This is a 3-piece acrylic stand, which the dessert will be on top of. Another piece. And then, of course, we cannot forget the business side. We gotta promote. I already wrote them down. I did the cake stand. Boom. The 6-piece acrylic. The company sign. The bread basket. Boom. So, okay. You can see I put checks on them already. So far we have 12 items on the list, but this is only the ones that's going in this bin because this is what's going in my car. And the second one, this, I don't know if you can see it very well. This one has all of my table covers. So remember how I showed you guys the pink one? This is the green colored one that I had bought. So it's also in here. But these are the spandex table covers. These are like freshly washed because I wash them after every event. So these go on my table for my setup. So we're packing, I would say at least 3 or 4, just in case if I need an extra table. So this is something I cannot forget. Imperative, very, very important for me to have. And I'd rather have more than less because the last time I think I only had 2 or 3. So I had to, and I don't like it. Maybe it's just me, but I don't care to make the table look full or like cramped up with food because then that makes mess and people tend to drop things or whatever the case. And I like for stuff to be spaced out so people have room to grab or if it falls, whatever the case may be. So I would rather more tables than less instead of cramming it up so that way everything has space and I'm able to add decorations like flowers or flower vases on it if need be. So I would rather have more than less. Sometimes it's best to have more than less because having less costs me. So I like to smell them just to make sure they still smell fresh because they've been sitting in here since about a month and a half. Just about a month and a half. Tablecloth, and we're gonna do not my sweater. You in the wrong spot, Miss Ma'am. Five for good luck, even though 5 is not my lucky number. So we did spot number 13, 5 black table cover. Check. That is pretty much the concept of how I do my inventory check or just inventory in general to keep track of what comes in and what comes out. Oh, these are cute. I forgot we had these, so I might bring these out knowing that they're yellow. So we might bring these out. But I only have 4 of these, so. And I bought these from Homes Goods, so I would doubt that I would find another one of these again. But we're gonna bring it just in case. We're just gonna continue go through each of these like boxes and put them down. This plate was kind of one of the last things I needed. I needed to pull out. So we're gonna need this bad boy. There's 3 of them, which I would only need 2, but I would bring a 3rd one just in case. But I definitely was looking for this one. Labeled it already. I put 2, but I'm gonna scratch that out and put 3 large plates and put the check mark next to it. So that was pretty much everything that needs to go in that bin because that's what's going in my cart. I'm kind of debating if I want to bring these. I'm not going to debate. I'm going to bring them just in case. But those I don't write back because when I use them, they're not coming back. Well, the bag is, but 15 is sparklers. Because I don't know if I want to put it on top of the cake or not. But why would I? Because it would kind of defeat the cake. I don't know. We're going to figure out if I use them or not. I haven't really decided if I was going to use them or not. So that you guys kind of get the gist of what it is that I need to do. I'm going to pretty much go through this side of everything. That's like everything that I need to do to get myself set up. Ooh, you know what's so funny? Is that I have this bowl. Wait. This bowl I bought on Amazon. But I seen this like style at Publix. But they have like the big like serving size one. What do you call it? Salad bowls. So I bought these and they're 4 pieces off Amazon. But I wanted a big one because for this, I would have to like keep refilling it every time it went down. And I don't necessarily want to do that. I just want to, once it's out kind of thing. I'm trying to work less, not as much as I want to. So I was thinking of like getting a bigger bowl of it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably want to go to Publix to see if they still have it. But it has to be this style. And if they do, I will get it. So it's like one big bowl, one big salad bowl. So I can have for my event. But other than that, what you see me showed you guys that's going in the bin, I will go and put that in my cart now, as those are key essential things that I need to have a successful catering, because we, for one, do not want to drive back home to grab all these stuff. For two, we're nipping our bad habits in the butts now. And for three, we're going to be proactive and be more efficient in our business. So yeah, so that's what I'm about to do as I continue to rummage through the rest of the stuff. So that was pretty much everything that we rummaged through for me to put in my car. So yeah, now I gotta go find these vases. Well, not the vase. I'm a little tired. Now I have to find these pink flowers. So I'm gonna put these in my car and we finna go in the house and find these flowers. All right, family, you know how I said we was gonna be proactive and get everything done? Yeah, that didn't happen. So we're gonna finish up today, essentially. So yeah, I went upstairs to go look to see if the pink flowers was upstairs, because I didn't see them down here. And when I got upstairs, I was totally distracted and I didn't go back to work. So yeah. So now I have to miss out on fun this weekend because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And that's my fault. But who cares? And even if I get done, I'm not going to do it because that's my way of punishing myself for not getting it done. Because I said we was going to be more proactive and get things done on time so we can be on schedule. So just to kind of give you guys an update of what I have left to do. So majority of the stuff that I showed in my first video is going in my car, which half of it, more than half of it now, is in my car. I have to check it off in my book to mark it off that it's in my car and whatnot. We still gonna try to look for these pink flowers because now I need to find them. Even if I don't bring them, I need to find them. But now we're getting ready to set up the Schaefer's and see if we have the burner wicks for it and the covers. The last time I got the Schaefer's, I got the wrong cup for it, the little thing to hold it. So it took a little bit longer for the food to warm up because the distance of the heat to the top was a little further. So we got to make sure that that doesn't happen again. So I have rectangular and I have the circular Schaefer's, but today we're doing circular, which the rectangular ones probably would hold more food, no doubt about, but I kind of just want to change the style up and do circles. So we're going to go with circles. So I'm going to mark this off in my book now just to kind of let myself be known of what it is that I put in my car. So the 6 honeycombs is in the car. What was it that I have left? Wagon, 3 round Schaefer's, sparklers, yellow carpet, the sunflower pots. Sunflower pots in the car, checked. The baby girl sign, check. Chalkboards. Nope. The pink Garland, check. Honeycomb sticks. Honeycomb sticks. Honeycomb sticks. What are those? What are those? What are those? I don't know. I think that's a check though. So we have a flower vase. I have 3 wagons that I wrote down here in my book. 3 wagons, my round Schaefer's, which I haven't put how many I'm bringing. My sparklers, I don't think I'm bringing that. So we're gonna leave that blank. My chalkboard, I know that's upstairs, and my green grass pad is upstairs because the majority of the stuff for the centerpiece is upstairs. So we're gonna wait for that to be done. So majority of the stuff in my garage is in my car. I'm trying to utilize putting all the stuff in my trunk, and what I've done is take them out the boxes and just put like the individual package in the trunk, so that way it creates less space and I can just squeeze them into like little small gaps in my car. So I'll show you guys like an update. I'll show you guys in a second what my car, the back of my trunk looked like. But pretty much I stuffed everything in there as much as I could, so that way I can utilize as much as my back seat as possible, because I have the cups in the back seat in its box. And it's 60 cups, but that was able to fit in the box. But the front seat, I want to leave the front seat available for when I go pick up the desserts, which is the cupcakes from Publix and my cake from the baker. So, and my sandwich platter that I ordered. So that is going in my front seat. So here you can see I have everything like packed into my trunk space. So this is what everything looked like. So I like squeeze stuff in here, so that way I don't forget stuff. These are the stuffed animals. I took them out the box so I can condense space. So a lot of the stuff that I have are like down in here on the sides and whatnot. So it was able to close. So this is a full view of what my trunk looks like. So now I'm able to fit everything in there as much as possible, which it has like room for like little small stuff in the corner right here, but I don't think I'm gonna fill it up anymore. So I brought the crate up, as you guys can see. So we're gonna get ready to wash them, and then we're gonna paper towel dry them, because this is gonna go in the car today. So yeah, we don't have time till they dry. So as we wash, we're gonna dry it and then put it back in the bins. So we already have like a clean set. So everything in there that I showed you of me packing up my papers is what's gonna go into the car. So let's just work on washing that so we can go to the fun stuff. Make sure I put this in my car, but you're gonna start filling up the bottles with juice, and there's 24 bottles, but I decided that we're only gonna do 12 because I don't know if all 24 people is gonna play. right, family. I think this will kind of wrap up part 2. I don't want it to be too long, but I just want it to be long enough to kind of give you guys the concept of preparation things that I have to do. I'm dead tired. And my nose is running right now because it's telling me to lay down. So I think everything else from here on out will be in the part 3. So stay tuned for that. The only thing, which I got a lot done, now I'll add that part, but the only thing that was supposed to be done today that wasn't done today was the tree stomp. So I was supposed to make the tree stomp out of shot glasses. These were the shot glasses I was going to use, but I was going to turn them upside down, wrap paper. I'm going to show you guys in part 3, but I was supposed to make my tree stomp so we can add to the centerpiece and put the signs up. But your girl's tired. Your girl is tired. So yeah, I will see you guys in part 3 because editing also takes time too. So I have to edit this as well. So it'll be a good night for me, family. And I'll see you guys in part 3.